Hello students, I hope you are all fine and in good health. In this audio presentation, I will be discussing some solved examples related with editorial letters. So dear students, let's start. As you see, I have written at the top editorial letters and I have written solved examples. So let us focus on the very first question. It is written, you are Neha or Naveen of Patel Nagar, Delhi. Write a letter to the editor of Hindustan Times highlighting the nuisance of rash driving by minors and steps to curb it. Rash driving nowadays is a major problem. So your letter will be related to that. It is a very important current topic, and so how we will proceed. At the very beginning, the landmark address as mentioned in the question should be written, and after that followed by Delhi, and obviously a pin code has to be given. Then you can give a date, and then we will come to the format. The editor, the name of the newspaper already mentioned in the question, so that has to be mentioned Hindustan Times. Next line, the landmark address Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg. Next line again New Delhi, followed by the pin code. Now we will move on to the formal intro related with the letter. So how can we start? We will start with dear sir. Then obviously we will move on to the subject. Rash driving by minors. Minors means below the age of 18 years. So how we will start? I would like to bring to the notice of your readers the ills of rash driving or the evils of rash driving by underage individuals, or we can say minor drivers. Teenagers and youths have a fascination for speed and adventure, what we call nowadays thrill to ride. Driving on city roads gives them both. That means give them both the fascination for speed as well as adventure. But they don't realize that they are actually driving without any driving license. They, however, lack the sense of responsibility and discipline that is mandatory for a driver. Added danger to the pedestrians and other vehicles comes when these minors get drunk and drive. Now, it can cause many serious problems. It can cause serious problem to the pedestrians and other vehicles also. They might collide with other vehicles, or they might run over the pedestrians. And obviously there are many cases of drink and drive. There are many cases when they lose their own lives and take the lives of others. Not only they lose their own lives, but there are some dangerous moments when they take the life of others also. Unfortunately, the number of such drivers and fatal or near fatal accidents is growing. Unfortunately, nowadays, the number of minor age drivers and fatal accidents, it is growing day in and day out. Especially this is happening in the big cities. So it is necessary that police must strictly implement the rules of driving licenses and check the teenagers behind the wheel. So traffic police should be very much cautious about it. They should check the driving license of each and every young individuals. Parents, on the other hand, they should not allow their sons and daughters of 14 or 15 to drive, because that is a minor age and driving is not permissible in that age. So the parents, they also should take the responsibility. They should not allow their sons and daughters of 14 or 15 age to drive. Teenagers may love to flaunt their cars and driving skills, but parents should restrain them. The teenagers, obviously, they try to imitate and they always like to be like the celluloid stars. So they might flaunt their cars and driving skills, but it is the parents. The parents actually should restrain them. So now I am moving on to the last paragraph. I feel that this menace of rash driving can be curbed by some good sense and strict discipline on the part of police and parents. So obviously, yes, if the parents and the police, if they are a bit strict regarding this, then obviously we can curb the accident rate, and obviously this rash driving habit that the young children are so much attracted to, the thrill to ride and adventure, the thrill for speed and adventure, this can be curbed. For that reason, the traffic police and most importantly the parents, they should be very much careful and they should properly guide and counsel the young children regarding the dangers of rash driving. Now, dear students, I am moving on to the next one. The question is, you are Riya or Ravi of Mayur Bihar, Delhi. Write a letter to the editor of the Hindustan Times about, and here I quote, misuse of computers, TV and mobile phones by the children. Another important current affair topic, a very important social problem, that misuse of computers, internet, TV, mobile phones by the children, it is causing them big problem. This has to be checked. Now how we will proceed? Obviously, as I told you previously, that 50% of the hints or the points or the suggestions related to any editorial letter you will be getting from the question only. So here also the landmark address is there, and by this time if you read the question, you can be well aware of the title or what the editorial question actually dealt with. So those things will be very clear. Then it is written Delhi. Then obviously you can give a date and year, you can mention it in this way. Then obviously you have to come straight to the format. The editor, the Hindustan Times, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, New Delhi, then a pin code you have to give. Then the intro part starts with the formal writing, dear sir, then subject, misuse of computers, TV and mobile phones by children. Now the subject part is done. Now you are coming to the intro part. I wish to draw the attention of your readers to the important issue of our times. And what is that? That we are in the age of science and technology. Obviously we are in the age of electronics, and at the same time we should make sure that the electronic appliances are not misused, especially by the younger teenagers or by the children. Computers, TV and mobile phones. Now dear students, the first paragraph is related with the intro, where you will be introducing to the readers about the topic on which you are writing. In the second paragraph and the third paragraph, as you can see, I have divided it into 4 paragraphs. So second and third paragraph you will be totally elaborating the problem, and obviously not only that, you will be highlighting some of the remedial measures that can be taken. Computers, TV, and mobile phones are indispensable. It is inevitable in modern life, but their uncontrolled and unguided use can be dangerous. Not only it can be dangerous, but it can be disastrous also. We are all aware of the harm TV can cause to the values, culture, preferences, and even morals of our youngsters. So, appropriate programs should be seen by the children. Inappropriate programs, if they see, then obviously it will hamper their morality. All kinds of entertainments and information are available on TV. We have to be very careful. We have to be very cautious, or rather to say, we have to be very judicious in what we allow our children to watch. Yes, we as parents, we as responsible parents, we should be very judicious. We should be very careful about what we allow our children to watch. Now I am moving on to the next paragraph. Similarly, if computers are used only for playing games, social networking, and visiting forbidden websites, they can have disastrous effects on children. Now, playing games up to that extent it is okay, but that also it should be time bound. Now, social networking and forbidden adult websites can ultimately cause a lot of harm, and it can distract a child from studies, and obviously it can result in mental imbalance also of the child. We all know how mobiles are being used for wrong purposes like cheating in exams, criminal activities, and even for making objectionable video clips. Now, electronics and appliances can be used for the betterment of mankind. It can also be used for destructive purposes also. Now, cheating in exams, criminal activities, making offensive video clips, these things are not permissible. These things are going on randomly. This has to be stopped immediately. The common element in these gadgets is that they distract children, as I already told you all right now only, that they distract children from the right course and lead to wastage of time. Not only that, even the children, they became violent also. They can become violent, they can become antisocials also. So the programs, the internet, everything, the parents should have a proper guidance, should give actually a proper guidance to the children, and the parents, they should have a look into the things the children are actually watching on the TV or on the internet. The parents should actually pay attention to that. Finally, to conclude, that is the penultimate paragraph. Controlled and guided use of electronic gadgetry is essential, and that is the message I wish to convey to your readers. Obviously, proper and appropriate use of electronic gadgets is very important. It is very essential, and that is what you are trying to convey with the help of your letter to the readers. And finally, at the end, you will be writing your name, as the name been given in the question. Yours truly, Ravi. Now, dear students, I am moving on to the third question. The third question is also very important. The question is, you are Krishna, a resident of Ambednagar, Noida, and have been coming across certain headlines in the newspapers on the shortage of electricity. It's a very important social problem, burning social problem. You are also facing an erratic means something that is very abnormal, erratic supply of electricity in your locality. Write a letter to the editor of a local daily regarding your plight. Plight means your condition, and mentioning the inconvenience faced by the residents of the locality. Not only it is posing or causing a problem to you, but it is also causing problems to the other people or the other residents of the locality where you are actually staying. So how will you proceed? Obviously the landmark address and obviously the subject, easily you can check it from the question paper. So those things you will be writing, and after that the formal intro. Before that, the editor, the Hindustan Time, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, New Delhi, then a pin code should be given, followed by the subject, shortage and erratic supply of electricity in Ambedkar Nagar. That one has to be mentioned. Then we will be proceeding towards the main topic. But before that, the intro part where you will be introducing to the readers on which topic you are about to discuss or on which topic you are about to write. Third, through the columns of your esteemed paper, I want to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the shortage and erratic electric supply in Ambedkar Nagar. So at the very intro part, you made it clear to everyone what exactly you are about to write. You are about to write about the shortage and erratic electric supply in Ambedkar Nagar. Even that is written in the question also. So from there easily you can take the idea and you can elaborately write it in the form of the introduction. Now the body of the letter. A power cut has become almost a regular incident or a feature, and electric supply comes to a halt. Halt means it comes to a standstill during the odd hours. Very often it is too dim to see anything. That means the electricity or the bulb, it has no power to shine properly. It becomes very dim, and thereby people get a lot of inconveniences. This causes a great loss to shopkeepers, students and housewives because all their work stops. Now not only it causes this shortage of electricity, not only it causes great loss or great problem to shopkeepers, but it also causes problems to the students and housewives also. And not only that, this gives a good chance for the thieves to earn a great deal of booty or money, because obviously it's the right time for them in the darkness of the night to steal valuables and money from various houses. So it is the great time for them to go on with their stealing activities. The students are the worst sufferers. You know that these are the examination days and the students need electricity rather than the blackout or a shortage of light. This is very important, dear students, because electricity is needed. Examination time is there. So you will be focusing on that point, that the students are the one who are the worst hit as a result of this. Now the very final conclusion. Our repeated representation to the authorities has failed to yield the desired results. That means repeatedly it has been told to the authorities, but nothing happened as such. Perhaps your intervention may relieve us from the menace and the authorities will regularize the supply. Now obviously there is a remedial thing, because you have to suggest some remedial factors also, measures also. So what you are saying is that with the help of the newspaper, maybe a lot of people can be made aware of this social problem, and the authorities can regularize the supply also at the same time. And finally, the conclusion part. I hope that quick and effective steps will be taken against this. And finally, you are writing yours faithfully. Then obviously from the question you can write the name that has been given. Now I am moving on to one more important topic, and this topic is related with junk food, health hazards, very important topic, especially very important for the students. Now, dear students, let me continue with question number 4. You are Swati or Saurabh living at D2 Green Park, Hisar, Haryana. For years together, you ate fast food without knowing it would damage your health, make you overweight, and suffer from heart disease. Write a letter to the editor, The Times of India, New Delhi, expressing your ideas on the health hazards caused by junk food. So you have to express your ideas, and you are being requested to write your ideas related to the health hazards that is caused by maximum intake of junk food. So dear students, how will you proceed? Answer, obviously the mark address already been given, D2 Green Park, Hisar, Haryana. Then a date followed by the editor, The Times of India, New Delhi, followed by subject. Subject part already from the question, if you read it, as I told you, 50% you will be getting from there only. 50% of your hints, your points you will be getting from there only. And even you will be getting a concrete subject that you are about to write. You will get a concrete title of the subject that you are about to write. Here also it is related with the health hazards caused by junk food. Sir, next line. Now you will be giving a proper intro about the topic on which you are writing on. Kindly spare me some space in the columns of your esteemed daily. I want to recount my experiences and sufferings as a consumer of fast food. I want to recount means I want to express, I want to state, I want to recollect and express as a consumer of fast food, which is growing in popularity among teenagers. Fast food is something that is growing in popularity among teenagers. Teenagers, they are lured towards the fast food stalls, unaware that it will pose harm to their health. I too had been addicted of junk food and relished all types of food which tempted my tongue and palate. Palate means related with taste buds. Little did I realize that then that all these dishes of fried food with a lot of fats and spices are unwholesome and potent danger to health. Now, since you are sharing your own experiences of intake of fast food that ultimately created problems related with your health, that part you will be making clear at the very beginning of the body of your letter. And at the same time, you are about to make it very much cautious, and you are about to aware the others that it might cause a lot of health hazards or potent danger to health. The first effect of junk food was visible in the form of obesity. Obesity means getting very bulky. That is a disease, by the way, dear students. I became overweight, and you are in the form of your letter, you yourself, you are sharing your experience, and with the help of your frightful, pitiable experience, you are making the other cautious and aware of the health hazards of intake of fast food. You are making the others cautious about it. The first effect of junk food was visible in the form of obesity. I became overweight. That means I have gained in weight. The doctors advised me to reduce weight by following physical exercises like running, jogging, and obviously by taking manual exercises. I felt breathless and exhaustion too soon and too quickly. Obviously, I felt breathless and exhaustion too soon and too quickly. the accumulated fat and excessive weight increased the palpitations of my heart, and I became a victim of heart disease. And most importantly, I became a victim of heart disease because my weight increased, that accumulated fat and excessive weight increased the heart palpitations, and last but not the least, sadly, I became a victim of heart disease, heart patient I became. Now I have been forced by circumstances to give up fast food altogether. Now there was no option left for me. Now I had to quit altogether fast food. Now I am moving on to the last paragraph. I would therefore request all persons, especially teenagers, to avoid eating junk food. Now, since I suffer a lot, I became a heart patient, I had to leave altogether consuming fast food. Now I request everyone to avoid junk food. It is hazardous to health. Simple homemade food cooked hygienically is the best for us. Homemade food that is prepared hygienically is the best supplement for us. It is the best food that we can intake. I am confident you will give wide publicity to my views. You means here you are referring to the editor of the newspaper. Obviously you have highlighted your own personal condition, that you became a cardiac patient as a result of intake of fast food in large numbers, and obviously you are very much aware of the health hazards now, and you are making others aware of it, because before it's too late you are making others aware of it. I am confident you will give wide publicity to my views. I am very confident that you will give publicity, or rather to say wide publicity, to my views. So with that, finally you end the letter. Finally, at the conclusion part, you will be writing yours faithfully, and in the next line the name will be mentioned in the question. If not, then you can write your initial name. Otherwise, the name that is mentioned in the question, you can write that name. So that is it, dear students. Kindly go through this audio presentation and listen to it. It might be a bit lengthy. Still, you listen to it. And if there is any doubt anywhere, let me know about it. Thank you, students. Thank you all.